All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Futures Black podcast. I have some lovely guests here this evening as we are going to be engaging in a conversation about the future and how we're going to shape the future is black. Uh, to my left, can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes, my name is Taaj Williams.
Okay. And my other guest, can you please introduce yourself, please?
Hey everyone, my name's Tiffany Chiffani Salas.
Okay. So Tosh, I'm going to start with you. As we are pressing upon this new year and everything, there's a number of things that are just coming across the media. And one of those things, of course, is our new president and how he is looking to shape, and I'm gonna say disrupt. How he's looking to disrupt things that's going on here in the country and everything. What are some of your feelings about how that is affecting the black and brown community? I know that's loaded.
Not only is it loaded, it's like it's such a necessary question, and it's such a necessary topic. I am someone who is very observant, and I think that it's a lot going on really fast. Every day there's like new things that's being spoken about, and I, even from someone who is an observer, is like I like to be able to get my information directly from the source. And I think that when, being so social media driven and social media heavy, it's so much floating on around on the social media street. So it's almost like we have to decipher what's real versus what's not, versus what's, people feel versus what people think versus like, it's so much. So I mean, to answer the question and to zoom in directly in terms of our culture and just the diaspora overall, it's like we are dealing with a lot of different changes, and I don't know. I don't have a stance as of right now, because I'm still watching. I'm still kind of seeing how things are unfolding. Like, we don't really know if the things that are happening are 100% bad for us, or are they 100% good for us. Like, some people think that, oh, they're bad. Everything is bad. Everything is going wrong. But I don't know. I feel like it's too soon to tell. I think that it's just still a matter of just being open-minded and watching how everything plays out, just to see what is going on and what this is really. So as a people, my thing is always like, let's, really focus on what is directly in front of us. How can we come together to be resourceful to one another, to lend a hand, to support, each and every. So I look at like collectives and how people build. It's almost like, you start really small and then it grows. You can never kind of like do it from the outside in. Like, if you do it the opposite, you're bound for things to kind of go haywire. So I don't know. I think it's an interesting time, right? Like, one thing that I will say is, like, across the culture and black and brown people, when it comes to anything, is like, we find so many things that could divide us from, gender to, whatever could divide us, right? And then it's like, but what keeps us together? Right? What are the things that are important to us? What are the things that make sense? What are the things that bring us together? No matter if you think Trump is a horrible person or if you think he's a great person, people are out right now. You see the difference. You see how people differ in their perspective based off of the way that they see things. But does that mean that I don't like you because you believe in Trump or you like Trump? or I don't like you because you don't like Trump, or, you know, however it goes. It's like, I don't know. I don't think I care that much, for real. I just want to make sure that as a people and as a collective of people, we could come together and do something and make sure we're exchanging resources and being resourceful and growing and building something that could last through the test of time.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And I want to get your opinion on this as well. But I know as Black people in the community, we've always had the ability to adapt, right?
Yep.
Regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the situations, we've always been able to adapt. And I believe that this, administration is definitely going to challenge us to do some of the things that we've been wanting and needing to do, and that's be able to come together as a community, right?
Yeah.
And then have a common goal. A lot of the talk this weekend was around, boycotting a number of the big brands, from Target to a number of the brands that wasn't with the DEI, who were reducing their DEI initiatives. A number of things that was going on, and I can see how people just want to galvanize behind certain situations and things, but what's our agenda going to be, right? So how do we come together and form our own agenda? Because at the end of the day, we have these corporations. We have I was just looking at the statistics. They were talking about like these major corporations, 98% white. The Supreme Court judge, teachers, education, like all of these were all in the 90s, as far as, the people who are actually in power and running these things. So, when I always talk about the future is Black, I always talk about how do we control our narrative? How do we tell our story within all of these, particular medias? And now, being able to come together, unify, Umoja, just looking at the 7 Kwanzaa principles and everything. How do we, embody that and come together as a community? So with that, I wanted to, just kind of hear your opinion on that as well.
Does the world really want to hear my opinion? I know it. I'm at Rutgers University. Ask me the question again.
Ooh, boy. Now,
Because if I answer the question that I have in my head that I think I formulated from your question, how is this impacting the Black and brown community?
yes.
Long sigh, I think, because not only is it impacting the Black and brown community from an economic standpoint, but it also impacts us from a collective impact standpoint. It seems that we are divided as a people, and I hear this, conversation about collective impact and community organizing and boycotting and all of these things. But you have to have an awareness of what the actual issue is first in your community before you can attack any issues outside of the community. And while this is an issue that's impacting our community, it's also impacting everybody else at the same time, from here to Europe to Australia to Africa to China and everywhere else. So the thing is, Asia, the thing is, if we can't come together first, and the way we do that, I'll give you the solution because everybody's talking in circles. You have to first educate your people. You have to educate the babies all the way up to the elders. Some elders remember what it was like in, back in the day, because I'm not as old as a lot of folks may think, but in 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, things seemed like they were on an up and up. And, into the 90s, early 2000s, now it seems like we're going in reverse in totality when it comes to DEI. It doesn't really affect us that much because we've never really been hired That's number one. Number two, DI and all of these different initiatives, they just rolled back WIC and all these federal grant funding, and then they put a freeze on it, or somebody challenged it before I even got here. Like, all of these things are happening in real time. And it's like, we're not the collateral damage here. It's the others. And so that's my time. So I think we need to basically accrue knowledge of self, and that happens within our community first. Now, if the mamas are confused, then the children are confused. You know, and that's generational. That's transgenerational. There was a Sing in Praise of King event last night at Symphony Hall, and they had activists out, and they were trying to get the crowd riled up. And it just seems that everything that they were saying was great messaging on how to just get organized and all these things. But the people in there were elders for the most part. They're tired. We need the youth. And then the one youth that I did see in there, a gentleman I got hired at a restaurant around the corner, he had on a Make America Great Again hat. And I asked him, do you know where you are? You can have free speech, but this is fashion, and this is a fashion statement.
Yeah.
And if I say something about it, I don't care if you wear a red hat. I care about the messaging on the hat, and it's divisive. And you're in the wrong room for that. So know your room, and also go find out something about yourself, or you can't attack nothing that's happening over here economically, systemically, nothing.
Okay.
You have no stance. And so that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll close out tonight because we actually have to wrap up. But thank you all for tuning in to the Futures Black podcast. Thank these lovely guests that I have here. I want to definitely give you your flowers for not only participating, but definitely educating the community in, you know, how we control and shape our narrative for our community. So we're going to be tuning up, and I want to close with this one thought. You know, the best way to predict the future is to create it.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to close out with that. So thank you,
good.
everyone.
Absolutely.
Continue to tune in. Looking forward to connecting with each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I like